Obituary, Bob Weir, October 16, 1947 to January 10, 2026. Rock icon, founding member of the Grateful Dead, songwriter, guitarist, and cultural beacon. Bob Weir, the beloved rhythm guitarist, vocalist, and co-founder of the legendary rock band The Grateful Dead, has died at the age of 78. He passed away on January 10, 2026, peacefully surrounded by loved ones after a courageous battle with cancer and complications from underlying lung issues. Weir's passing marks the end of an extraordinary musical journey that spanned over 6 decades and left an indelible imprint on American music and culture. A life in music, from teenager to counterculture icon. Born Robert Hall Weir in San Francisco and raised in Atherton, California, Bob picked up a guitar at age 13 and soon became inseparable from it. In 1965, at just 17 years old, he joined high school friend Jerry Garcia in forming a band originally called the Warlocks, which soon evolved into the Grateful Dead, a band that would come to define an era of rock, community, and creative freedom. Over the next 3 decades, the Grateful Dead became one of the most iconic and influential bands in rock history, known for their genre-blending fusion of blues, folk, jazz, country, and psychedelia, and for live performances that could stretch for hours, changing every night. Their devoted fan base, known as Deadheads, became a global phenomenon. Career highlights and achievements. Founding member of the Grateful Dead, Weir's rhythm guitar and unique vocals were central to the band's sound from its inception in the 1960s through its landmark 60-year legacy. Key songwriting and vocal contributions. Weir's co-wrote and sang on classics like Sugar Magnolia, Truckin, Playing in the Band, One More Saturday Night, Mexicali Blues, and Estimated Profit, staples of the Dead's concerts and recorded legacy. Versatile collaborations and bands. After Garcia's death in 1995, Weir carried the Dead spirit forward with groups such as Rat Dog, The Other Ones, Further, Bob Weir and Wolf Bros, and most recently Dead & Company, with whom he celebrated the band's 60th anniversary in 2025. Awards and honors. The Grateful Dead earned a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and inspired countless artists, communities, and jam band movements worldwide. Social engagement. Beyond music, Weir served as a United Nations Development Program Goodwill Ambassador, co-founded the Further Foundation, and supported voter engagement through headcount, bridging music, and social activism. Fun facts and personal legacy. Weir's guitar style was unconventional and deeply influential, blending rock, jazz, blues, and country, in ways that made him one of rock's most distinctive rhythm players. His 1972 solo album, Ace, produced songs that became Grateful Dead concert staples like Cassidy and Black-Throated Wind. Weir was a mentor and collaborator to newer generations of musicians, including John Mayer, Trey Anastasio, Billy Strings, and others who cited his generosity and wisdom. His music wasn't just sound, it was a community language that connected people across decades, continents, and cultures. Family and personal life. Bob is survived by his wife Natascha Muenter, whom he married in 1999, and their 2 daughters, Shala Monet and Chloe Kailia, a respected music photographer who often documented his performances. His family's announcement on social media celebrated his life not just for the music, but for the warmth, exploration, and community he fostered, a legacy far greater than any single stage show. Tribute and legacy. Bob Weir's life was a long, strange trip that changed the sound of American music forever. From the earliest days of the Grateful Dead at the Avalon Ballroom, to final performances celebrating 6 decades of creativity, he lived with joy, curiosity, and an open heart. Though he has left this world, his music still pulses through speakers, campfires, concert halls, and the memories of millions of fans. In the words of his bandmates and collaborators, "He'll meet you in the music."